Hello and welcome. In this video we will be looking at converting recurring decimals into fractions. Now I believe there are 4 levels of difficulty to this topic, so what I've done is I've split this video into level 1, 2, 3 and 4, increasing in difficulty. And then I go through what I believe is the hardest type of question you can get on this topic at GCSE, so make sure you stick around to the end to check that out. Let's get started. So let's get started with level 1 of recurring decimals into fractions. So the type of question we're looking at here is something like this one, 0.2 recurring. Now what does this number look like on a calculator? Well, on your calculator this number would look like 0.2222222 forever. And we always ask ourselves the same question to begin with, and that is the first recurring digit immediately after the decimal point? So let's look at this. Here is our decimal point, and here is the first recurring digit. Is the first recurring digit immediately after the decimal point? Yes, it is. If the answer to this is no, I'll show you how to answer that later on in this video. So that's our first bit. Next, how many digits are repeating? Now if we've got 1 digit repeating, we multiply by 10, 2 digits we multiply by 100, and 3 digits we multiply by 1000. So let's just write down what we have. We have x equals 0.2 recurring. And how many digits are repeating? It's just 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, so it's just the 1 digit. So all we do is we multiply by 10. So if we multiply x by 10, we get 10x. And if we multiply 0.2 recurring by 10, which is this times 10, we will get 2.22222, so 2.2 recurring. Next, we subtract. So 10x take away x, so 10x take away 1x leaves us with 9x. And 2.2 recurring take away 0.2 recurring leaves us with just 2. Now to get x will equal 2 divided by 9. And if this fraction simplifies, then you need to make sure you simplify it as much as possible in this topic. But for my question, 2/9 will be my final answer. On the right here, I've got 3 questions for you to try. Why not pause the video now and have a go at those and see how you got on. So let's have a look at the answers here. So the first question, 0.3 recurring is 3 over 9, which simplifies nicely down to 1/3. Now you want to make sure you simplify as much as possible. Question 2, 0.5 recurring is 5 over 9. That doesn't simplify any further. And 0.8 recurring will go to 8/9. And that's level 1 of converting recurring decimals into fractions. Let's have a look at level 2. So level 2 is where you've got a number such as this one, 0.27 recurring. Now on a calculator display, this would look like 0.272727. And we ask ourselves the same question to begin with. Is the first recurring digit immediately after the decimal point? Well, let's have a look. Here's my decimal point, and here is my first recurring digit. So the answer to this question is yes. So I'm just going to write x equals 0.27 recurring. Then what? Well, then how many digits are repeating? Well, in this question, can you see it's the 2 and the 7 that are repeating? So we have 2 digits repeating. So if we have 2 digits repeating, we need to multiply by 100. So if we multiply this equation by 100, we get x times 100, which is 100x. And this number times by 100, which is 27.27 recurring. Next, we subtract. So 100x take away 1x is 99x. And 27.27 recurring take away 0.27 recurring is 27. So 99x equals 27. Therefore, x is equal to 27 over 99. And you need to simplify this fraction if possible. Now, both numbers can be divided by 3, which gives us 9 over 33. And what you'll notice is that they can both be simplified further by dividing by 3 again, giving us 3 over 11. That doesn't simplify any further, so your final answer to this question is 3 over 11. So now let's get you to have a go at this. So here are 3 questions for you to try. Pause the video and have a go at these and check your answers by continuing the video. So welcome back. Let's have a look at the answers here. So the first question is 0.58 recurring, simplifies to 58 over 99. This does not simplify any further. The second one gives you 36 over 99. Both top and bottom can be divided by 9 to give you a final answer of 4/11. And finally, 0.81 recurring is 81 over 99. Both can be divided by 9, giving you 9 over 11. So that's level 2 of converting recurring decimals into fractions. Let's look at level 3. So level 3 is when you've got a number like this one, 0.285 recurring. Now, what you'll notice is that you have a recurring over the 2 and a recurring over the 5. Now, what this means on your calculator is it will be 285, 285, 285, not 285, 2525. So we do not put a dot over every digit, just the first digit and the last digit. So this is what that would look like on a calculator display. We ask ourselves the same question: is the first recurring digit immediately after the decimal point? So let's have a look. So there's my decimal point, and my first recurring digit is the 2, which happens to be immediately after. So tick. Okay, so that is true. So next question, how many digits are repeating? 1, 2, or 3? Of course, you can apply this to 4, 5, and 6 digits if you need to as well. But most GCSE questions are 1, 2, or 3 digits. So here it's going to be 3 digits because it's 285, 285, 285. So what we'll do is we'll multiply both sides of this by 1000. So x times 1000 gives you 1000x. And that multiplied by 1000 gives you 285.285. Like that. Next we subtract, so 1000x take away 1x leaves you with 999x, and 285.285 recurring take away 0.285 recurring, and the decimal points will cancel each other out, leaving you with just 285. Finally, to get your answer, we divide both sides by 999, which gives us 285 over 999. And can this be simplified? So this top number can be divided by 3. 270 divided by 3 is 90, and then 15 divided by 3 is 5. So 95 over 333. This cannot be divided by 3, so that's your final answer there. So the answer is x is equal to 95 over 333. Now let's get you to have a go. Have a go at these 3 questions. Pause the video, and when you're ready, hit the play button again. Welcome back. So let's have a look at the answers here. Question 1 should be 738 divided by 999. Both top and bottom can be divided by 9, giving you 82 over 111. The next question is 197 over 999, and it cannot be simplified. And the third question is 203 over 999, and this cannot be simplified either. So that's level 3. Right, now before we go on to level 4, which I believe is the hardest part of this, if you're enjoying this video, please hit the like button. It really helps with the algorithm. And if you're not already subscribed, hit the subscribe button to get more content like this. So level 4. So this is when you've got a number like this, 0.35 recurring. Now it might not look very different at the moment, but what this looks like on your calculator display is this, 0.355555. Only the 5 is recurring. So we ask ourselves the same question to begin with. Is the first recurring digit immediately after the decimal point? Here is my decimal point, and here is my first recurring digit. Is the first recurring digit immediately after the decimal point? In this case, no. So if no, what we need to do is we need to multiply it by 10, 100 or 1000 so that the first recurring digit is immediately after the decimal point. So let's write down this question. X equals 0.35 recurring. Now I need the decimal point to be here, so I need to multiply this by 10. So if I multiply this by 10, I get 10x equals 3.5 recurring. Now, go back to this first step. Is the first recurring digit immediately after the decimal point? So this is now our new starting point. Decimal point here, first recurring digit here, yes. Next question. How many digits are repeating? Is it 1, 2, or 3? Well, this time it's just the 5 that's recurring, so it's because it's 0.355555. So it's 1 digit, so we need to multiply by 10. So if we multiply the 10x by 10, that gives us 100x. And if we multiply this by 10, that gives us 35.5 recurring. Next, we subtract. Now it's these two lines that we're subtracting from each other. So 100x take away 10x gives you 90x. And 35.5 recurring take away 3.5 recurring gives you 32. And then if you divide both sides by 90, we get x equals 32 over 90. Both of these are even, so we can divide them both by 2, giving us 16 over 45 as your final answer. Now let's try another one of this before I give you a chance to do your own. So let's look at this one here, 0.217 recurring. The 1 and the 7 are recurring. So on your calculator display, this will look like 0.217171717 and so on. So we ask ourselves, is the first recurring digit immediately after the decimal point? Well, first recurring digit is here, decimal point's here, it's not immediately after, so no. So we need to multiply by 10, 100 or 1000 so that it is. So let's just copy the question, 0.217. I need the decimal point to be here, so I need to multiply both sides by 10, giving me 10x equals 2.17 recurring. Okay, so now I go back here. Is the first recurring digit immediately after the decimal point? Yes. How many digits are repeating? Well, it's 0. Well, the number we have is 2.17 recurring, so it's 2.171717, so it's 2 digits. So we need to multiply by 100. 10x times 100 is 1000x, and this multiplied by 100 would be 217.17 recurring. So 1000x take away 10x gives you 990x, and 217.17 take away 2.17 leaves you with 215. So we've got 990x equals 215. So if we divide both sides by 990, we get x is equal to 215 over 990. And both sides can be divided by 5. This one will be 43. And this will be 198. And this can't be simplified any further, so that there would be your final answer. So why not have a go at these questions here? So have a go at number 1, number 2, number 3. Pause the video and press play when you are ready. So let's have a look at the answers here. So the first one would be 52 over 90. Both top and bottom are even, so we divide by 2, giving us 26 over 45. Here we get 312 divided by 990. They're both even, so you can divide by 2, and then you can also divide by 3. So effectively we divide both top and bottom by 6 to get 52 over 165. And finally 7236 over 9990 will simplify down to 134 over 185. That one's a lot more trickier than the previous two. Now let's move on to what I believe would be the hardest type of question you could get in a GCSE exam on this topic. So here we have a question which is taken from a GCSE paper. Write 2.417, where the 17 is recurring, as a fraction in its simplest form for 3 marks. So this is our number. Let's put x equals. So x equals 2.417 recurring. On a calculator display, this is what it would look like, 2.4171717. And we ask ourselves exactly the same question. Is the first recurring digit immediately after the decimal point? Well, the decimal point is here. Is the first recurring digit immediately after that? No. So if no, we need to multiply by 10, 100 or 1000 so that it is. Well, I need the decimal point here. So to do that, I just need to multiply by 10. So x times 10 is 10x, and this number times 10 is 24.17 recurring. So now we can go back to step 1. Is the first recurring digit immediately after this decimal point? Yes. So this will be our new starting point. Next, how many digits are repeating? Well, we've got the 1 and the 7 repeating here. So 2 digits, so we need to multiply this by 100. 10x times 100 is 1000x. And this times 100 is 2417.17 recurring. Next, we need to subtract them. So 1000x take away 10x is 990x. And 2417.17 take away 24.17 is the same as 2417 take away 24, which will be 2393. And our final answer will therefore be x is equal to 2393 over 990. Now this number does not simplify, so this is your final answer, 2393 over 990, and this will get you 3 marks. I hope you've enjoyed this video and now feel a lot more confident in converting recurring decimals into fractions. If you've enjoyed this video, do hit the like button and hit subscribe if you haven't already done so. See you next time on another video. Goodbye.